Hello, Strays and Wanderers! Before we hop into the penultimate episode of A War of Fang and Fur Season 2, I just wanted to pop in with another message that this is going to be our last episode of the year. That's right, so tune in on January 11th for the finale of A War of Fang and Fur Season 2, as well as the announcement of our next series and another little special thing. So stay tuned until the end on January 11th to see what we've been up to and what's to come. Welcome, Strays and Wanderers, to Season 2 of A War of Fang and Fur. I'm Cameron Holt, I'll be your Dungeon Master for the evening. I'm joined, as always, by the prepared Arcana crew. Prepared. Yeah. Everybody's ready. We're going in this gung-ho, ready to go.
Ready.
You have all taken the time to rest through the night. Did you guys all kind of hole up in the Temple of Ardors? Or did you head to rooms eventually?
I'm fine chilling in the Temple of Ardors. I don't have like a room.
True.
So.
True.
had a
Don't
big-
worry, there's plenty of empty ones.
We had a big sleepover. We had a church lock-in.
Yeah, so you all awaken in the morning, feeling as rested as you can. You do get the full benefits of your long rest because you are in a city and not in the wild, so that's nice.
Beautiful.
Is there anything that you guys particularly want to do or any conversations you want to have before you rendezvous with King Ulrich to prepare for the coming meeting with the approaching army?
I want to, with Rob's help, explain to the group what the armadillo is capable of. What we saw last time.
Yeah, for sure. So you're aware that he possesses at least 2 gem souls. He's got the diamond and the amethyst. He also has some sort of arcane ability to breathe fire that you recall. Above all, he was hard to hit because of his natural armor, in addition to the use of the diamond. So anything that you can use to kind of trip him up or magically mess with his mind rather than the physicality is going to be better and more effective, most likely.
I would have to guess that your hold person spell would come in handy with this one, Elzo.
Yes, I believe. I also have the ability to provide protection from energy, though not at the same time. It would have to be either or. Hold or that.
I like the hold.
Hold spell does.
Are you guys having this conversation with Ulrich and his men?
No.
Okay.
I mean, maybe just with Ulrich.
We're still. What?
Well, I guess, yeah, he's gonna be
this
doing-
this combo could still be in like the temple in the morning. Just us, probably.
For sure.
The hold spell is resisted by a strong will or mental fortitude, so I don't know if it will be as effective on the armadillo as it was on certain others that we faced, but we can try it, and if it doesn't work, we can do something else.
It could also help against this Black Fang. They are wicked fighters.
That's true. And it, from your description, it seems like he may be very hard to fight with just melee weapons due to his defenses. So, if you leave an area off to the side of him without any combatants, I can try to hit him with lightning as possible, which he won't be able to defend against with armor. Only his quickness, which I don't know how quick he is.
I also want to talk about the Black Fang. They have legendary actions, right?
The highest ranking among them would.
How many of the high-ranking ones have we slain over the last weeks?
I think 2. There was Billy's Prong Strike who chased you out of Castle Oakreach. After the execution, you guys killed him.
Was he in the throne room with the others?
No. Oh, and one at the execution site that was present. Shatterscale, Rog Shatterscale, I believe.
Do we know how many exist?
Make a politics check.
Okay, so +6. 14, I'm told.
14, I'm told. I'd say that you're aware that outside of those two, there were a total of 6 that were, well-known and decorated knights from various tournaments and melees from across the Nettlewood Grove. So, assuming he hasn't bolstered his forces with more people from elsewhere, there are 4 remaining dangerous knights that fight for him.
It's doubtful he could have trained up too many more people of that quality.
Agreed.
Oh,
Need to.
the ones that we killed whenever we went to rescue Sir Rob.
Mhm.
Were those Black Fang?
Oh yeah, 2 of those were.
So
I
we've
forgot
killed
about that.
4.
So there's only 2 remaining.
Oh, all right.
Lovely.
I mean, we should definitely focus our attacks, so don't get spread out. I mean, I'm gonna be moving around.
Are we going to ambush their little caravan of troops, or are we going to wait until they've come up to Howlhot Keep? What's the initial attack strategy?
Munin speaks up. I think that's probably something we should speak about with the king,
Right.
as it is their understanding that he is the one currently holding the keep, and we shall just be his retinue. At this point, the door to the Temple of Ardors kind of creaks open, and Lady Basil steps in. Very straight-backed and proper, she kind of glides across the floor, straight up to you, Hugin, and holds out a paw, and in it you see a single black vial.
She takes it, knowing exactly what this is.
I don't know if I can recommend using it on the armadillo. He had quite a hide, but if there's anyone else that's particularly troublesome, I'd say use it as a first resort.
Thank you.
After handing that over, Lady Basil's kind of like reached into a satchel at her side, pulls out the black and silver surcoat and kind of like tosses it over and is like tying it on.
You got any gem souls or anything? I can maybe try to get one into him. He only has 2. Attuning the third would be difficult.
I have one in me.
There might be some down in the crypts.
Do you mind if I...
At this point, whatever we need to do.
Oh,
Bringing-
Sorry, don't use any from in the crypts. Those are used. They will be easier to attune. If you're going to stuff anything in an armadillo that is already dangerous, make it something that is fresh from the ground.
Don't know
Aren't
if we
they
have any.
harder to like attune when you've got more of them?
Lady
Yes, but if it is one that has been used before, that makes it kind of cancels out.
Lady Basil, by any chance, did Quartz come with you? She would, in theory, have a couple. That's what she does.
She did not. Quartz is acting as personal guard to Queen Willa back in House of Opus in Otherheart.
Do you want me to focus on healing or on bringing the storm?
Does it have to be one or the other?
It doesn't, but
Storm first? Healing when it's necessary?
certainly.
Imagine we're going to want to strike hard and just keep our fangs in until they've bled out.
They
Certain
will
to take some
likely,
hits.
as soon as they mark me, they're going to come after me.
Yes.
They focus attacks very well, and I think that we should do the same.
I think we should speak with King Ulrich and his personal guard so that we might get a good idea of what we're going to be looking at in terms of where all of this is going down and how we can properly set ourselves up.
I think that it would be wise for you to stay out of weapon striking range if they are going to focus on you. That could turn things bad very quickly if you fall.
She could teleport and knock people away.
You can, but
Depending on how many people are there, though.
but she may not have the chance.
I can also provide many of the same wards as I was able to yesterday.
Is Ash here?
Yeah, Ash, sorry, it slipped my mind, but the night before, as soon as she saw Liliana, she like rushed forward and hugged you really tightly and then punched you in the arm really hard.
Punch her back.
She doesn't flinch. You're both very strong. But yeah,
Being
she gave you an earful about running off, but was glad to see you return safe, and she has not left your side since.
It's just like our core group in the temple right now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the four of you, in addition to Ash, Brass, and Lady Basil. And Sarab.
Rob, Munin, and...
Munin, yeah.
Yeah.
So
You've got your own small army with you.
Basically, that's a lot.
judging by
Looking at all
your
these minis over here, it's like a handful.
judging by like your actions and like your attitude so far, would I judge your current level of rage as like suicidal rage at the armadillo?
Make an insight check. And you can either set a DC for this, Hugin, or you can roll deception, I guess. If you're trying to hide it.
I want to see what you roll first.
Okay. I'm gonna give myself some guidance.
I'm just like looking at someone and then just be like,
34.
34? You know that from the way I've been talking, from the way that I've been avoiding like the responsibilities or talking about the responsibilities of after actually killing the armadillo, that is the one goal in mind. I will die doing it. I will not necessarily like I will do everything in my power to make sure that we have the advantage to do that. So I'm not like illogical and like trying to do it myself if I think that there's a better chance of working strategically to kill him.
Can I speak to you all, especially Hugin, as not as a priest of Zephyria, but just as a companion, a friend?
So
Here,
thought that's kind
here in this
How you
pagan temple.
been doing so far?
No,
All right.
I'm gonna lock the door.
and I set the building on fire. The end. No.
The voice that I speak with normally is a form of prayer to Zephyria. But if I'm gonna be talking to you as just an owl, just a bird, you have a destiny. You have a purpose that's been provided to you. Not revenge. Not a purpose provided to you by this armadillo, but by your family and this kingdom. And if you approach this suicidally, if you get yourself killed, that purpose will be gone. And everyone who died along the way, their deaths will be useless. You have to survive this. They're gonna come for you. We'll help take down the armadillo. But don't get yourself killed making it happen. And I'll unlock the door.
Hawthorne was just smiling ear to ear, laughing.
Hugin looks around at this group that has banded together in this moment and looks at each one of you in the face. And I think that there's a lot of people here that have joined up relatively recently that, you know, she hadn't thought of as family before because she had her father killed, and then most recently her sister-in-law, actual sister. And now I was realizing like that these people have banded together for this one purpose, and that she is now kind of at the center of that. and her mind just flashes back through everybody that's died along the way.
Make an insight check.
27.
Hot damn. As Elzor uses his true voice outside of prayer to Zephyria and gives this sort of rousing speech, you see, as you look across every face in this room, there is not a single hint of doubt in anyone that is present here. This is a group of people who know, at the end of the day, you won't all be standing here. They know that, and they are prepared for that outcome. You get the sense of connection in that, yes, these are more potential losses in your very near future. But you go deeper than that and you realize that that is because everyone standing in this room has the same resolve that you do. They want to see the armadillo taken down. They want to see justice dealt, and they are willing to die for it. Just like you are. And I think, I don't want to tell you how Hugin feels, but I think there would be a sense of not feeling quite so alone anymore, if that makes sense.
I think for the first time in days, you see that what was usually this kind of almost glossy 1,000-yard stare, this like clarity comes back into Hugin's eyes.
There's a moment shared between all of you, kind of like looking back and forth and nodding. Lady Basil kind of like bows and takes her leave for a moment. Brass starts putting on armor and throws on, the colors of House Arctos. Can't do much to hide his hippo snout, but he puts like a leather cap on as armor as well. Everybody's sort of gearing up. Could I have everybody make a quick perception check?
32.
Nice.
I'm gonna add guidance to this.
It's only a 16 for Hugin.
Okay.
Also a 16.
Okay.
8.
Nice. Pakul, you're the only one who seems to notice as Lady Basil heads for the doors out of the temple, kind of like pauses for a moment and almost like melts with the shadow as she slinks along the door and disappears momentarily into the crypts. Do you follow? Or do you just kind of clock that?
I'll follow.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
23.
Nice. You give it a second so that you're not immediately behind. Peel off from the group, make your way through the door and down the steps. And as you do, you hear some sort of rummaging. And just as you kind of get in view down the steps, you can see like first Lady Basil's feet and then the rest of her body as you approach, sticking to the shadows yourself. You hear a sharp sort of slice, the sound of flesh being cut, and you see as she presses a gemstone into her wrist. I rolled for this ahead of time. She does succeed.
Damn.
And as she moves her paw away, you see an onyx gemstone embedded in her hide.
Oh, she's gonna fuck some shit up.
She stands there and kind of like breathes heavily for a moment before straightening up and turning around. If you'd like to make yourself seen, you can. If you'd like to exit before her passive doesn't hit your stealth check.
I've got goosebumps.
She honed.
Paying homage to the dead, are you?
She kind of like starts and turns and looks at you. There's a moment where she kind of like brings her hand like behind her as if trying to hide, but realizing that you've already seen, she doesn't even bother. You could call it that. She kind of like slowly takes steps up towards you, and as she kind of looks over you, you see there's though a stone of Famone in her arm, you see Paisha in her eyes a bit as well, as she kind of like looks you over with this almost intimidating air of sensuality. But there,
She
it's,
kisses you.
She's gonna eat you.
Oh, I forgot.
She's got
She
feelings.
The hunger and the passion.
she kind of like steps up and gets
Fuck.
like closer to you than she normally would, than a noble normally would to a person. As she kind of steps up onto the same step as you, she kind of like looks you up and down. She's just like,
He doesn't step back or forward or anything, but it's just
Yeah.
very,
it's a very straight, noble posture. If we make it through this, come to my tent after. She just walks past you.
We.
Azalea's dead. You don't even know.
not fuck my mom.
I got a lot of plans for after this.
Even more now.
She's a stone cold fox. Literally.
I'm just gonna call out. It's like, well, you want to see where we laid your daughter to rest?
I've said my goodbyes, but thank you. Is she here, in her rightful place?
Yeah.
That's all that matters then.
Have
Well-
you heard anything about what happened to King Lupin, or
If not.
like obviously?
Right, I was present for that. Yes, they were poisoned and killed, but I don't know what's become of their bodies now.
Okay. Well, glad that went well. I'll see you later.
Yes. As she exits, you give it a second.
I'm gonna haunt you.
Follow behind. Yeah, this is a woman who is giving into her hunger at the moment for many things, it would seem.
Can I go back out and then can I go up to you and ask if, or I guess it makes sense for you. There any gardens around here in the inside the walls? You know, any places with like nature? Any of that shit?
Yeah, of course. Well, Lady Covenna, it was Covenna, right?
Queen Covenna.
Queen Covenna. She kept a garden, but it hasn't been in the best of shape since she passed many years back.
Okay. I'll meet y'all with the bear in a minute.
It's around that way.
All that on.
Excellent. The rest of you, anything you want to touch on before heading to meet with King Ulrich?
Do we know about how long we have until D-Day?
It could be within the hour. Until you kind of meet up with Ulrich and see what his scouts know,
Okay.
you won't really be sure.
I will wait then.
Okay.
I'm gonna send a bee to the head of the temple that I was operating out of to fill him in on what's about to happen. He won't get it until after it's all done, like
For sure.
And I'll just tell him that I'll send another bee if I survive to let him know what happens. If you don't get another bee from me, bye.
Okay.
Does the bee say that we're gonna take out the armadillo, or that war is approaching, or something?
Basically, there's going to be a battle to determine
Yeah.
the future of Nettlewood Grove.
Yeah. Luckily, as is the nature of bees, they can't really be shot down and you take the message because they deliver the message via their little dance. So unless you capture it and force it to dance for you, you won't know what it's got to say.
Can I ask you to tell the bee that if anyone else gets it other than the person I'm sending it to give them a different message?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. You don't have to go through what message you give
just
it. to
just
give
some
them, but-
bullshit.
Yeah.
With animals, cast. I'll do it.
Yeah. We'll say that you...
Precast too.
Good.
Nice. We'll say that you tell the bee that if it gets captured to relay the message that Howlheart Keep has been captured by House Arctos. And that's
Beautiful.
information that already exists.
Beautiful.
Dame Liliana, Ash, sidles up next to you as you're on your way to probably the throne room is where they would have set up for this meeting. King Ulrich himself is not sitting on the throne of Howlheart, but that is sort of like the makeshift war room at this time. As you're making your way towards it, Ash sidles up alongside you. This is going to get ugly, for sure. You stay right by me, all right?
I can't make promises like that. It's a battlefield.
Just say that you will. You know how this works. You don't have to actually do it. You just have to reassure me. She slaps you.
I kick her in the shin. Right? It seems like a bad idea to hit each other before we get...
Whatever. I love you. She hugs you.
I bite her a little bit, but I hug her back.
She bites your ear. You're like scratching each other a little bit.
There's just like in the hallways the echoing sound of that like horrible fox noise. Like,
Reminded of the Fantastic Mr. Fox when they were getting the little squabbles.
Yeah.
our fur is like...
Pakal, you make your way to Queen Covenna's gardens, which you see are less well kept than they were in the past. King Lupin, you can see signs that King Lupin definitely cared for this garden, but
Are they like overgrown or dying out?
they're starting to overgrow a little bit. But yeah, there's just, weeds in places where typically they wouldn't have been allowed. A lot more weeds than flower at this point. Since King Lupin's passing, really nobody's been keeping up with it. There's one...
Go on.
Oh, I was just going to say, there's one kind of like center point ash tree that is a little twisted and devoid of most of its leaves now, as we're getting deep into fall. And there's just this sort of covering of orange on the ground around it.
So on the way there, I'm kind of rethinking the conversation from yesterday that I had with the bear.
Mm-hmm.
When he said the names of which houses voted one way or another, did I believe him? Of like that he really had nothing to do with it, or...
I'm going to have you make 2 rolls for me. First, make an insight check, too. This is to ascertain what you just asked, whether or not he was being truthful with you.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same one, though.
21.
21. No, you get the sense he was being truthful. He was in an emotional state, sort of as we talked about before, seeing the heads of traitors nonetheless, but still his children, sort of stripped away any facade that he could have effectively put up. Even from the old stories of King Ulrich Ironhide from the Great Hunt, he was always known as someone who stepped up to the power that was thrust upon him. He was never meant to be the heir. He was like literally the last in line in his family. And if they hadn't all been wiped out by House Luperel during the Great Hunt, he never would have been king to begin with. He's actually sent off to be married to someone of House Cain before finding out that he was the ruler of his house. He's always been very stalwart. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's not deceptive. Now roll me a history check with advantage. This is to recall specifics of what he said to you.
15.
15 is exactly the number I was looking for. He specifically said, I was one of 2 dissenting votes against having... This is the part that strikes you as odd. The Black Fang and that beast sent to your father's work. And it's kind of...
That beast.
Kind of sets in for you that before you joined up with the Untamed, you don't really know anything about Thylas or where he came from prior to starting this sort of little coalition of rebels on the borders. And that just kind of, that wording lingers in your mind. He could have been talking about some sort of, dangerous bug, but thinking back to that night, you don't remember them coming with any bugs.
Yeah.
Any creatures or beasts.
And did he mention who the other dissenting vote was?
It was House Luperel. Luperel and House Kane both voted in favor, and Gabbert Goldentail.
Voted
dissenting.
in favor. Dissenting, though.
Oh, it was it was Queen Willa, and so it was Vulpes and Arctos that didn't want anything to be done. And then House Kane and Luperel voted in favor of stopping the research, and Gabbert Goldentail was the deciding vote. But it was also heavily implied that Gabbert Goldentail was being sort of coerced by Bristlebeard at the time.
Cool. And then I'm just going to kind of find an empty area to sit down. And then I'm going to cast Speak with Plants, but not really with the intention of speaking to a certain plant, but just getting, like, you know,
Communing.
communing with nature or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, Pa. Going to strike a name off the list, but I'm afraid a few more got added on, but kind of lost in what I'm wanting, but I know. I want that fucking armadillo dead. I don't know what goes on after death, but I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, and you're brought comfort by casting Speak with Plants. You kind of hear just the various chatter of conversation and breeze that moves and creaks the trees and plants and flowers. The plants don't have worries of this world like you do. They have no malice, they have no anger, which isn't to say that they are devoid of emotion. It's just much simpler. And I think that kind of grounds you and brings you comfort when you need it. You all rendezvous with King Ulrich, as well as a number of his guardsmen in the war room. Stepping in together, Paco's kind of the last one to shuffle in as Ulrich is standing at this round table that has been pretty hastily put together, but still pretty well crafted by a few of House Arenalin, the hedgehogs that work amongst him. It's sort of this crocheted likeness of Howl Heartkeep and a little bit of the surrounding area. As soon as you've all arrived, he kind of stands up. So, my scouts have reported back that indeed Bristlebeard is in attendance with the armies that approach. He is located within one of the palanquins. I don't know how the word is pronounced. I'm too heavy for them myself, so we don't use those in Riddle Hill Run. Too much hard terrain. I digress. The armadillo approaches. I've been informed that he seeks a counsel with me of my actions here, and he assumes that I have recaptured Howlheart so that it might go back into the hands of the High King and they can appoint a noble family to take over. He claims that they will raise up one of the lesser houses to a status of greater nobility to take over the keep, and I have agreed, as far as he knows, to relinquish it to him upon our meeting at the gates. As we all know, that will not be the final plan. I'm set to meet face-to-face with Bristlebeard at the front gates and return it to him, but I would like to have all of you, as well as two of my most trusted guardsmen by my side, should you still wish to go forward with your plan. He will have an army at his back, but we will have ours atop the walls. So there's a chance that things could get messy, but if we can take out the leadership, hopefully the armies will stand down, especially since we are well within range to easily retreat into a more fortified position, should the need arise.
Apart from the 4 palanquins, is there anything else odd in the descriptions your scouts gave?
Not particularly, no. Seems to be a lot of loyalists to House Theros that are marching this way. He has brought 2 of his knights, one of which I believe her name is Talia. She's a panther and has refused names that have been suggested for her. And the other is Torrid Slickfoot, who I believe to be a salamander.
Talia was a what?
A panther.
Panther.
Outside of that, it is mostly foot soldiers. The four palanquins don't seem that strange to me. It is common practice when you're traveling to have decoys. In case anyone should launch an attack on the road, they will not know which particular transport is bringing you. I would not be surprised if all four are brought forth until the moment that Bristlebeard steps forth outside to meet with me. It is possible there could be more dangers lurking within those palanquins, so it could be good to have a plan for dealing with those if necessary, but they could also just be empty and dummies or bait.
Do we know if he's brought a noble with to take possession of Howlheart Keep? And if so, is it someone that's going to cause any trouble for him? Is there any noble personages that you all have an emotional connection or tie to that he could be trying to leverage just in case by putting on the throne here?
I personally am. I still harbor ill will towards House Mostel for their actions with my traitorous sons in attacking Queen Azalea's wedding. To place House Mostel in charge of Howlheart Keep would be a slight to me, personally, as well as to House Luperel. More likely, it is probably someone from House Lotor. I think they have more closely allied themselves with House Theros and the High King, regardless of who sits on the throne. But it has not been brought to my attention who specifically he is bringing, if anyone. I would imagine that he is still approaching cautiously. I do not think Bristlebeard is of a mind to just openly trust anyone. I think the reason that he has brought his army with him is that he is prepared for a fight should one arise. So I would say, do not be surprised if all of this is a double cross on us to launch an attack and finish off my reign over Riddle Hill Run. However, my heir is still present, Ulbrich, as back at Riddle Hill Run, and will claim the throne should I fall in this battle. And I do plan to stand beside you and take down this creature. It has been some time since I have seen real combat, and I'd be lying if I didn't say I was a little excited about it. I plan to have, unless you have other ideas, I plan to have all of you behind me as my royal guard, or at least appearing as such. And as far as I'm concerned, the moment that Armadillo shows his face, we can launch our attack.
Do you want me to immediately start throwing spells at him as soon as he's visible? Or do you want to wait until there's a word given? Like, do you want to have an attack word to trigger everyone falling upon them?
I think anything we say out loud is just going to be a warning that it's going to begin for them. I say, when he shows his face, we begin.
I think just lightning from the sky.
The first opportune moment.
You get off a whole person on him.
I don't know.
I just watched a fly. Straight, a little gnat straight into your throat.
Oh yeah, he's fine.
If you do get that off, though, we could try to carve out. Try to carve out one of his gemstones, and then he's incapacitated for a bit, even longer, right?
I think
I don't know if the whole person spell is designed best for him, but perhaps some of those around him. I think that lightning is going to be our best bet.
it's easier to hit him than it is to control him.
Perhaps it would be wise for me to, just beforehand, cast Detect Magic, so in case he tries to fool us with an illusion or something, I can try to spot it ahead of time.
Your lightning bugs came in quite handy last time. If we can do that again.
Yeah. I hesitate to ask, but is there any benefit to me perhaps initiating conversation with him first and seeing what he has to say? Was that an unnecessary risk to the plan as a whole?
I mean, it would draw him closer to us, but I don't know if that is necessarily a good thing.
It'd be good for me, Ash speaks up. I'm planning to get up in his business either way. If
Same.
not, whatever heavy hitters he's got on either side of him.
Do make sure to leave a little space where you are all not in next to him, so
Then-
that I can hit him with spells.
Then you need to be the first to act because I
Maybe we
Can't.
do a little bit of crowd control and all that. I can push some other people back if you want to hit them.
Perhaps that is a signal. When you strike him with lightning, we launch our attack. You can... I'm not incredibly familiar with the ways of Zephyr, but you can call the storm beforehand, correct?
Yes, I can.
I think that would benefit us. If it is already rolling in as they approach, it will be less suspicious than if one suddenly forms above their heads. I've been informed that they will be here within the hour.
Oh.
So time is short.
Right.
I mean, I could do lightning bugs, or I could get a couple bigger bugs to help out. One or the other.
Whatever you think is best.
Well, do we feel prepared? And am I going to speak with him first? I speak, and then the lightning launches our attack.
I'll be honest. There's not a word that would come out of that armadillo's mouth that is worth listening to. I say we hit him as soon as we see him.
All right, well, I guess I will be prepared either way, and we will leave the final option up to our Zephyrian friend.
I have an out-of-game question.
Yeah.
I don't remember if we established this, but when I use my Wrath of the Storm ability, which is like my channel divinity, it lets me just maximize the damage on a
Right.
spell. Is that like on a spell like Call Lightning, where it lets me hit someone multiple times with the spell over time? Does the Wrath of the Storm apply just to one lightning bolt from that, or does it apply to the whole spell?
I would say it would be one attack.
Okay. Fair. Just wanted to check.
Yeah, for sure.
If we so the only thing yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, basically, I will just continue with description and conversation until Elzor, or rather, until Matt, you give me the signal that Elzor is calling lightning on Bristlebeard, and from there we will roll initiative and see how it goes.
So I'll first cast the spell like when they're pulling up, like surreptitiously, because it lasts for up to 10 minutes, but that's
Okay.
not a huge amount of time,
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that'll give us maybe like 5 minutes worth of the spell left after he like pops his head out or whatever.
For sure.
around that same 10 minutes, like as we're about to start kind of wandering out, I will tie the ribbon around Hugin's arm again and one around mine. I will cast Warding Bond,
Okay.
resistance to all damage. I take your damage, so be careful. Don't leave 60 feet of me, and a +1 to armor class.
All right.
Um,
Well, I'm going to take a moment and set up
Okay.
what you see.
Oh, another question while you're doing that. What's the weather like right now? Just like normally the weather.
Roll a d4. We'll say 1, clear day. 2, cloudy. 3, overcast. 4, it's already storming.
Come on, big 4. 3.
3,
Yeah.
it's overcast.
That's
So
pretty good.
the roiling storm that you begin to summon is not out of place.
Yeah. It won't be sus. I just don't get to add a whole other damage die every time I fling a lightning bolt down.
Damn.
Just so you guys know, these little groupings of 4 people and the frogs and fish, these are all just servants. These are unarmed participators who carried the palanquins here. Whether or not they are going to join into the battle, you are unaware, but they do not look like combatants. They also look tired because they carried all of these rich assholes here.
Are any of them birds?
Ooh, are they?
I'm a bird, you're a bird.
Make a perception check.
Um,
Yeah, go ahead and make your final positioning adjustments.
like I want to be positioned where I can like heal y'all, but I also don't want us to be so clumped up like that. So maybe
Well, I can also heal, so we should switch.
between. Well, I can
So
also
you
I can do
like
other.
60 feet.
I can do healing, but I can also do like destructive magic in a radius around myself. So I want to have that available in case people get too close to our group. So maybe put me between Basil and King Ulrich, please. And my roll for perception was a 21.
No, there are not any birds.
Looks better at least. Because weirdly enough, I'm like, if we're all on one side, we don't look like soldiers that are organized.
I mean,
Yeah.
the problem... Does Ash have to be right next to me, or is she just emotionally attached?
She wants to be... She'll be within 20 feet of you, which
Okay,
looks
well,
like this.
She's kind of making life hard. Does she know?
Okay, fine. We'll call it 30 feet. She'll budge.
Oh my god.
Where would you like her to be?
I don't know. I'm getting squawked at about my position.
I think you're fine. Like, we just need to make sure that
Yeah.
when you move up, I have to move up too. If you do, because like I'm sure they're
I'm going to move brass over
I mean,
here
I can...
Yes,
so that it's not lopsided.
Thank you.
There you
I
go.
can't-
That's all I want.
I can only do stuff close up. There's nothing I can do for this situation if I'm not over there in a minute.
I'm just saying, it didn't look like we're soldiers if we're unorganized, so we looked very unorganized. Now I feel better about it.
Yeah. Also, if I'm wearing like that general's armor, I should probably be near the king too, for appearance's sake.
Okay, so the palanquins are brought forth. Worth noting, outside of our purview of this map, there is an army stationed. They're kind of to either side. There's also, outside of our purview, sort of behind my screen, there are archers along these walls from House Arctos and House Vulpes, and there are also foot soldiers standing just within the gates and within gates that are kind of on the sides as well, ready to rush out should the need arise. The palanquins are brought forward. You see as two fully armored soldiers step out from the central palanquin. Only 3 of them are brought forward. You presume these are probably the Black Fang because they are fully... It's impossible to tell what kind of creature is in this armor. It's fully like decked out, helmets and all. They step out and open the door, and stepping out is Bristlebeard.
Is he right next to his 2 knights right there? Like directly next to them?
Yes, they've opened the door for him.
Sweet. Real quick, before I bring down a bolt from the storm that's going above them, I just
Yeah.
want to like take a real hard look and make sure that it's actually him.
Yeah, make a perception check. Or actually, this would be insight.
Did you do detect magic before?
No, I can't keep that up at the same time as the call light. They're both concentrations. So
As you're taking the time to make sure that you are in the right space, Bristlebeard steps out. You can go ahead and make your roll. Ah, King Ulrich, Ironhide of Arctos. I see you have recaptured Howlheart. I am, though, surprised that you did not discuss this with me beforehand.
28.
As he steps forward, roll me a quick luck check as well.
15 on the die.
Okay. You see he takes like one step forward away from his homies and then stops. It's like, you did not discuss this with me beforehand. My scouts have brought me word that you've also allied yourself with House Vulpes. Do you care to explain to us what is the meaning of this? And Ulrich does not step forward, stays kind of where he is amongst your group, and he's just like, High King Bristlebeard, it is, as always, a pleasure. It was brought to my attention that there was a weak point here amongst the rebels, and private conversation that I had with Queen Willa in passing, we decided that if our forces banded together, that it was likely that we could reclaim Howlheart Keep, and we hoped to offer it to you as a gift. And Bristlebeard is like, excellent, excellent. Goodbye.
Did my insight give me insight?
Oh, right, insight check. This does appear to be actual Bristlebeard.
Okay, so if I'm sure that it's Bristlebeard, and before he moves further away from those two knights, I'm going to use Wrath of the Storm to maximize the damage on the 4th level Call Lightning that I'm bringing down.
Okay.
And that should hit him and both of his knights.
That's
since I'm bringing
dexterity.
it down right between them.
Yeah, that's a dexterity saving throw.
It is, yes.
Excellent. What is the actual like range on that? It's anyone within
5 feet of the strike.
Yes, that still hits all 3 of them.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to make sure before he moved any further away.
Okay. That is for his guardsmen. That's a 21.
21 saves. They'll still take half damage.
All right. So for Bristlebeard, dexterity saving throw. A 16.
16 is not good enough.
All right,
As my saving throw is 17 now.
All right. He's going to use a legendary resistance to succeed.
Good. Burn those up. So he's still going to take half damage, which is 20 damage. So all 3 of them take 20 damage. They're also going to be thrown 10 feet away because of my Thunderbolt Strike ability.
How much damage was that?
20.
Okay.
I wonder if there's any way they'll think it was just bad luck and not an attack.
Weird weather.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Crazy.
He's pushed 10 feet, 5 feet.
10.
10 feet towards you. They're pushed 10 feet back. We'll go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
5.
They each take an additional 5 points of bludgeoning damage as they are thrust from the force into the palanquin behind them.
Haha, suckers.
And I need you all to roll initiative.
Go.
Let me roll a good initiative.
So, as Bristlebeard was stepping forward, the roll that I had first tossed into the abyss and then rolled before you called down your lightning was a perception check for Bristlebeard. He is not surprised. I mean, he took the damage and it hurt, but he knows that that was not just a fluke of nature.
Damn. Okay.
All right, initiatives. Liliana.
16.
Nice. Elzor.
19.
Nice. Paco.
22.
Nice.
I rolled a nat 20.
Beautiful.
The only time I did roll like a 1 on advantage.
Hugen.
A 19 as well.
Nice. I'm assuming what is your dexterity
My
score?
dexterity score is an 18.
18?
Yes.
Excellent. Up first, the palanquin directly to your left. The doors kick open. I'm going to do a little bit of timey-wimey stuff here, because I have rolled for everyone. It's not all of their turns yet, but stepping out, you see 2 also heavily armed figures. Make a perception check, everybody. 5.
At 1.
Okay.
But I'm still 14.
Nice.
So 22 for Hugen.
22.
That's good, because I rolled a 7.
Damn. It's
Okay.
like all of us were just like, he's here.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, I'm actually going to flip this around and reverse it. Those of you who rolled lower, Pockle, you're the first to notice, as you see 2 shambling corpses step out from the palanquin. You have not
What the fuck?
you have not seen them in person,
No.
but you recognize
The fuck?
the dead bodies of Skjol Beetlebane and King Lupin Ironfang.
Son of a bitch.
Hugen, you are focused on the armadillo. You rolled above a 20. You do not notice this happening yet. The rest of you also see, as we catch whose turn it actually is, as you see the entire palanquin. Those 2 figures step out. There's no shift. You hear heavy footsteps. The whole thing leans to one side as, even though it's like set down, the servants standing like near it, kind of like, you now notice look much more out of breath and tired. As you see emerging trunk first,
Oh shit.
a tall elephant, which unfortunately I don't have a mini of, but Ravan Sunstride of Duneborough, the Rain Lord,
Oh, is he
steps
alive?
forth. He is alive,
Okay.
yes. Alive and smirking widely. He's got tusks that are clipped and capped with gold. His dress is very different from everything that you see on everyone else. He's not wearing armor particularly. He has a lot of jewelry, mostly gold, not a lot of gems. Giant rings on his large elephant fingers, and is wearing just kind of like loose flowing robes that blow and flap in the wind and kind of stick to his very well-muscled body in the rain.
You better have some really epic fucking war music for this.
All right, that's going to bring us to Ravan Sunstride.
Motherfucker.
First, I'm going to make a perception check. He steps out, and you see as his trunk just kind of like wafts through the air before he calls out, "You think I would not recognize you, brother?" And he's going to use his movement, which I'm sure he has plenty of. Oh, yeah.
He's about to get the hell y'all.
It was fun playing with you guys, though.
Yeah.
We got this. Don't worry.
He's actually going to loop around
Oh,
this
thanks,
way.
Matt.
So that he doesn't step into Pockle's range, and rushes straight up to his brother, and he's going to just lay into him. As he rushes forward, he produces from behind him a massive golden glaive.
Oh, great.
All right, 2 glaive
Good thing
attacks.
Briss is dead, because he would have been fucking pissed.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of a good thing Azalea is dead, too.
Okay,
Yeah.
21 is going to hit. No, 1 hit, 1 miss against Brass Bandalar for 8 points of damage. Then he's going to bonus action Flurry of Blows to make 2 more strikes with his large trunk-like legs. 4. That's a lot.
Is the pound key blocking all of the action on the screen?
Yep. Well, everything in the middle.
We know it's there because of the people. 30, 40.
Post-it note.
Woo! All right. You all watch as this massive elephant, who rivals the size of his brother, the giant hippo, steps out of the palanquin on the left, on your left. I mean, those 4 servants are marking where the thing is.
What if they all die?
Okay. He steps out and kind of like basks in the falling rain for a moment, and then in a flash, just in an arc, whips around, swings twice with the glaive, cuts into Brass once, who then brings up a fist and blocks the second. But as he's blocking the glaive, you see as Ravan brings up an uppercut from below as he's freed one of his hands, and you see he's got like his outer appendages extended in these curves, and as he brings the uppercut through, there is an arc of flame that follows behind it as he twists the fangs of the fire snake and just uppercuts Brass Bandalar.
Damn. He hit him with the Shoryuken.
Mortal Kombat shit going on.
For a total of 48 points of damage on his turn, and then he's going to action surge
Fuck.
Of course he does.
and make 2 more glaive strikes. First one is a 24, and the second one is a 22. Both hit. No fire on these ones. For another 24 points of damage. Brass takes the hits, looking rougher than he was, but he's still hanging in there. That's going to end Ravan Sunstride's turn and bring us to Pockle.
They keep changing every like 30 seconds. Can I see what a 60-foot cone looks like?
Yeah,
Oh, snap.
I believe
I love a good 60-foot cone.
it's the big boy.
Oh, look.
It's on the
Yeah.
edge closest. Dude.
Oh god, where do I position myself?
I mean, you can run
Right there.
behind the Rain Lord.
I can hit
You
all
could.
5 of the guys I want to hit, right?
theoretically, you could also hit all of them and Bristlebeard and avoid your people.
Cool.
Barely.
Perfect.
That's crazy.
I'm going to take out a non-magical stone and like kind of whisper to it for a second, fling it around and throw it, and you see it just like multiply out.
Hell yeah.
Conjure barrage.
Fuck yeah, dog.
Somebody tilt the newt back up.
Yeah.
It just pushed them. It didn't knock them prone. Your lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Dex save of 17.
All right. All of the carriers of the palanquins fail. Let's see. We got these undead boyos. Only a 6. And the knights. God, not great. 15.
Yeah, it's failed.
And Bristlebeard. 6.
Not a ton of damage, but it hits everybody.
But it does hit everybody.
Mm-hmm.
13. Nice.
Nice. All of the servants die.
Oh no.
Those are just commoners, yo. 10 hit points plus 0
Collateral.
to everything.
Lateral damage.
Sorry.
And hey, you know what?
They knew the dangers.
Palanquin. Palanquin.
There we go.
All right.
Every time you say palanquin, I think of Anna Paquin.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's palanquin or palanquin. I've heard it both ways.
I mean, either way, I don't know. That's just what.
I think of Manny Pacquiao.
I think of Steven Universe.
It's like,
Sorry, how much? It was 13 damage? Nice.
And then I'm going to move behind King Ulrich.
Okay.
Or wait, ooh, that's a very
That's a bad spot.
next to Brass.
What about behind?
Yeah, like directly behind him. That's still bad, but that's fine.
It's all
Yeah.
bad.
What about
Hey,
All bad.
as you know, Josh, there is nowhere on this map you can be that's like good.
Do you want a suggestion?
To just fuck off somewhere.
I was just gonna say you could give Brass advantage if you flank.
Yeah.
I mean, it presents more danger to you. If you want to stay out of danger, then, behind Brass is not a terrible place to be.
That's a good point. I'm gonna go closer to you.
Okay.
No, but behind.
Oh, so you're not flanking?
Oh, I'd have to be.
That was the.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to.
Up to you.
Sorry, the original spot I told you. It's fine.
Behind?
Behind brass?
Yeah, that's fine. Right there. Perfect.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Does that end your turn, Paco?
Just for fun, I'll bonus action cast Shillelagh.
Shillelagh.
Just in case.
Okay. Excellent. Ending Pockle's turn brings us to the Black Fang.
Bad.
What's your guess?
SHILLELAGH.
Yeah.
Oh, you forgot just the picture of somebody going,
The Black Fang is going to rush forward, flanking on either side of Bristlebeard, and attack their counterparts in King Ulrich's Royal Guard. And they're going to go ahead and make their 3 attacks. No, sorry, their 2 attacks. 12 is going to miss on the first guy. Wow. 13 doesn't hit either.
Fuck these guys.
So the Panther rushes forward. There's just like parries happening. The 2 guards next to Ulrich pull out spears and are kind of like using their training for Middle Hill Run to like spin them around and parry the great swords to the best of their ability. The Salamander is going to make his attacks. That's a crit on one of them and a natural 1 on the other. Wow.
what are the odds?
Wow.
Good time. 25 points of damage to that guard. That's going to bring us to Hugin.
I'm gonna cast haste on Liliana
Ooh.
Okay.
using one of my little.
Is haste a touch spell?
It is a target I can see, willing target I can see.
Huzzah.
It has concentration though, so it is dangerous. So I apologize. But your target speed is doubled.
Great.
It gains +2 bonus to AC. It has advantage on dexterity saving throws. it gains an additional action on each of its turns.
An additional attack action, I think, specifically.
Yes.
So that's like.
So does that mean I get 2 attacks? Because I get
1 extra.
1 additional, so 3 total.
3 total, yeah.
Well, it's an attack.
No. Yeah, it actually can use to take the attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object action.
Oh, nice.
Dave.
Because the attack action, you have multiple attacks on your attack action. So
That is what I'm
This
confused about.
is one weapon attack only for this
Okay.
action though, so you can't do multiple
Otherwise,
attacks.
that'd be super broken.
Yeah.
If it was.
You get permanent action surge for the next 10
And
rounds.
if you're a fighter, you can action surge again. Yeah.
do you want me to bring it up in a tab in case we need to refer to it?
I've got it all.
Okay, cool.
When the spell ends though, you can't take a move or take actions until its next turn. Until your next turn. Ouch! So, I just gotta keep up concentration.
Easy.
I don't have a target, it's fine.
So that's your action.
Bonus action, insightful fighting on the armadillo.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll insight against his deception. And if I win, then I can use sneak attack against him, even if I don't have advantage against him.
Hell yeah.
Deception, that is a 13.
That's a 24 on mine.
Nice. That goes into effect. Are you going to move at all or stay put?
I'm gonna stay put.
Okay. Excellent. That's going to bring us to King Ulrich Ironhide. House Octus.
Hit him.
Were we all going on a 19?
King Ulrich brandishes a warhammer and grabs a shield from his side. As he grabs the shield, probably took notice of this beforehand, but it's like just this kind of well-crafted but not particularly ornate wooden shield. And as he takes it in his left arm, the shield bleeds from wood to diamond.
Sick.
Oh.
And he's going to go ahead and make his... Well, first he's going to bonus action go into a rage.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he'll go ahead and do this anyway. It won't help him this round, but he's going to go ahead and make that a frenzied rage. And make 2 attacks recklessly with his warhammer against the armadillo. 24, which hits. Second attack, natural 19, absolutely is going to do it.
Hell yeah.
36 points of damage to the armadillo from
Nice.
King Ulrich.
Does he move up to the armadillo?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he has to get in melee range. Steps forward and just with the warhammer swinging wildly, and there's like a bit of a frothing at the sides of his mouth as he steps forward and just fucking wails on that little guy. That's going to be his whole turn. He can't do anything else. That's going to bring us to
We're all lined up.
Elzor.
It's gonna be fine.
Can I have a 30-foot line thing?
Yeah.
Like a distance marker?
Mm-hmm.
I need to...
Here you go.
Thanks.
You can also like bend that as needed.
So I'm gonna move like right here.
Okay.
Should. Okay, so that's gonna let me hit this dude, all these dudes, and both of these dudes
Right in the middle of everybody.
with the destructive wrath spell I'm about to bring down.
Nice.
It's a 5th level spell.
What is the range on that again?
It can affect anyone that I want within 30 feet of me.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Nice.
And I'm also going to use my Channel Divinity to maximize the lightning component of that damage, which, or rather the thunder component of that damage.
Rad. Hugin, at the end of your turn, make another perception check.
Don't do this to me. So mean.
On this one, you want to roll high to not notice.
To not notice? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Basically, it would be a detriment to your mental state to see this happening, so a higher roll is better for you to not see
There are a
it.
bunch of people.
Okay, 24.
24? Yeah, you're still not aware of the 2 shambling corpses across the way.
Okay, so they, all of those, basically all the people that I don't like. Everyone else I won't have it affect, because it specifically lets me pick and choose.
Okay.
They all need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I'll go in order of what I have in initiative. So, Ravon, Sunstride is included in that, yes?
Yep.
Yeah, Ravan, the 2 guards, Bristle,
The
and the
undead.
2 corpses.
That's only a 12
Nice.
for Sunstride.
Cool. 17 is the number you got to beat.
Okay, this is for the 2 guards on either side of Bristlebeard. That is cocked and also missed. Con save,
Yep.
18.
18 saves.
Okay. Bristlebeard himself. 24 succeeds.
And the shambling
And,
corpses.
yeah, the 2 corpses.
Oh boy.
That's only 14 for them. They fail.
So they don't save. Okay, so first of all, anyone who failed
Okay.
is knocked prone.
Okay, so that's Sunstride. Corpses. I think that's it.
I think so. Okay, and now, so I maximized the thunder damage, which
You maximize lightning.
I can maximize both.
Oh.
So I maximized the thunder damage, which is 30. So anyone who saved takes 15, anyone who failed takes 30 thunder damage.
Okay.
And then I also am rolling 5d6 radiant damage that they're going to take at the same time. And what I imagine this looks like is I'll like summon a bunch of bolts of lightning from the sky into my hand and just like unleash this massive stone wave.
Fuck yeah.
Like the Ark of the Covenant hitting a bunch of them.
Nice.
Yeah, or hopefully this radiant damage does extra against these undead. We'll see. 8, 14, 16, 18 radiant damage
Okay.
on top of the 30 thunder damage. How did those corpses hold up?
They're still up.
What the fuck?
Well, I mean they're down, but not
Right, they're-
not destroyed by radiant
They
energy.
fall.
It blasted
Oh,
them
right.
into
Sorry.
the
How much?
ground.
How much radiant was it?
It was
Okay.
I don't know if that's doubled.
Sorry. Crunching numbers. They are still up. Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, you do see as a bit of the flesh burns away at the radiant light of the flash of brilliance from Zephyria after the strike of the lightning. Anything else you want to do on your turn, Elzor?
No, that's all I can do.
All right.
I hope it was enough.
That brings us to Dame Liliana.
Okay. It's a good thing this is here, because I need it. Okay, so that's... Oh, yeah. I can get over there. I want to be right here.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. But one more thing, like anyone who's resistant to thunder damage is not resistant to the thunder damage that I did with that spell because of a feat that I have.
Yeah, that doesn't affect anyone.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. Sorry.
You're good. I'm going to use my gem soul to give myself advantage on a short sword attack against the armadillo. That is 24.
24 hits.
Nice.
Yeah, we see as Bristlebeard has stepped out. So much shit has happened in such a quick. We are halfway through the first round of initiative. Bristlebeard steps out from his carriage, palanquin, and there's a flash of lightning behind him that thrusts him forward. He takes 2 cranes to the face from a warhammer wielded by a maniac bear. Then Liliana rushes around from the other side and gets right up next to him. And you made an attack with what weapon again?
Short sword.
With a short sword, slicing into his hide. He's kind of like just stepped out, flung forward, beaten, slashed, and he's at this point he's like,
Oh, blasted again.
you can see he's like kind of like rolling up and trying to rely on his arm. He's also like brought his little claws up, just trying to resist as much of this as he can.
Suck it.
Can I get
Stupid
a
armadillo.
con save?
Yes. Constitution saving throw. That's going to be an 18. Oh, sorry, no. It's more than that.
Oh, that probably saves.
A 21.
Yeah, that saves. Okay. No poison damage. So I have 2d6 on sneak attack, 1d6 for my short sword, and a 3rd level divine smite. So that's 5d8 from that.
Nice.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and also go ahead and give it why not. Nobody can stop me. What's the other? It's my second level smite.
Is it searing or thunderous or there's like 30 of them?
Branding.
There it is.
Doki will give that an additional 2d6 radiant damage. Because I hate this guy.
Paladins are crazy. This is the first attack.
Yeah, you got
Also-
2 more to go, right?
Yeah.
Also, just in case you're not aware, but all strategies are valid here. Against undead, you do get an extra die added to your divine smites, just so you know. I'm not saying like go over there and attack them. I'm
Is
just saying
Bristlebeard undead?
no.
No, but there's
okay.
those 2.
I'm just saying if you were to attack those two, you would have that. I just wanted to make sure you're aware.
Can't get over there without breaking the warding bond.
Yeah,
That'll
for
be
sure.
like, that's
Also-
a later thing.
What a waste of all this.
Maybe you don't know how many hit points they have, or what they do.
Okay. 31 points of damage. The target cannot be invisible, and he sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius.
Nice.
Light him up.
Let me put all these back for a moment before I decide to hit him again.
And then take them all back out again.
I can't do that much twice in a round. I can get close. That's happening. Am I flanking with anybody?
No, not currently.
I mean, you could move a little more if you wanted.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit the salamander.
Okay.
Well, she would be flanking the salamander, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I was thinking specifically of Bristle.
Dude, yeah.
Sorry.
Boom.
Nat 20.
Yay!
I'm gonna hit that with a smite.
Yeah, might as well.
I'm just gonna do a first level divine smite.
All right, so get all your dice together, and then we'll do a quick calculation of what you're adding to this roll.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
The only
So
person.
the armadillo, take away 6 more damage. 8 more damage.
Why?
I didn't add my
Oh,
my thing,
modifier.
and then I have dueling, so I get a +2 bonus to damage rolls when I'm holding a one-handed weapon.
Hell yeah.
So 2d8
2d8.
radiant, 1d6 piercing.
Okay, so you're adding 22 plus your modifiers to this roll.
Okay. 13, 20, 28 plus 22.
50 points of damage.
Oh,
No. I hope that's mortal. It is not.
Okay, and then I'm gonna move over here.
Okay, he's gonna take an attack of opportunity.
He cannot do that. If you make a melee attack against a creature, that creature can't make opportunity attacks against you for the rest of your turn.
Well, shit, there you go.
I'm going to take another melee attack.
All right, because you're hasted. Shit. Hasted paladin. I'm in danger.
Oh
24, 25.
Okay.
no! God, look
yeah,
at
that
us
hits.
nerding out over here.
I'm so sweaty.
Right? I'm like, I can't tell if it's because it's warm in here or if I'm just stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like super hot.
No,
I think
the
it's
air
just, like,
feels
the
nice.
stress,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit that with a second level divine smite. Thank you.
Great for
It's
audio.
my power.
It's the thunder.
Okay.
Really weak thunder.
Yeah, I'll start doing everything, all the fully live now.
That was my nickname in cleric college.
Weak thunder.
Zephyrius.
Really weak.
So that's 1d6 piercing, 3d8 radiant,
thunder now.
Okay.
plus 8.
Okay. Yeah.
21, 29 points of damage total.
Hot damn.
Okay. I'm gonna hang out.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Sure. 5.
Excellent. All right. Ending Liliana's turn is going to bring us to Ash.
I think Bristle's taken 120 damage so far.
Yeah, it's been quite a lot.
Just throwing that out there.
Nice.
You know, you shouldn't mess with us because we have the power of God and anime on our side.
Ash looks up and sees Bristle getting his ass absolutely handed to him, sees that Liliana is holding her own, remembers, oh yeah, the prodigy of House Vulpus. And she's just going to loop around, and she doesn't need to flank right now, but in case he stands up soon, she's going to go ahead and flank Ravan Sunstride with Brass and bonus action Rage,
As God intended.
as anime intended. Yeah, she pulls out her longsword and is going to go ahead and make 2 attacks with advantage. bad. First one is a 23, which definitely hits. Wait, pretty sure that hits. Yeah, it does.
Better.
Second attack, same thing again. Both hit. We'll say she's two-handed. Plus 10, 23. Yeah, that's it. That's how math works. Just everything feels so much less after that. 23 points of damage to Ravan, who still looks pretty okay. She's going to stay put there. Ending Ash's turn brings us to Sarab. Sarab going to kind of step over and take a protective stance in front of Hugin, and he's going to hold his action for if anyone approaches. Ending Rob's turn brings us to Bristlebeard.
Good.
Wondering when this was gonna happen.
Takes these hits before like straightening, or he doesn't even straighten up. He's just like, as he's still hunched over, he just kind of calls out, "You would not believe the power that exists within the gems of this world." And he raises one of his clawed hands, and you see this little reddish black stone, and he slams his hands together and twists.
What do you think is gonna happen?
Something awful.
It kills him instead.
That'd be awesome.
Drops dead.
Yeah, roll it.
It's on a glove that has every color still on it.
No.
Hugin. You see Rob steps in front of you, Bristlebeard calls out and twists whatever this device is. Rob slowly turns around. You see this glint of red behind his eyes and this sort of glow coming from his missing hand. And he attacks you and hits. You take 13 points of slashing damage. Fortunately, Sarab went right before Bristlebeard and not right after, so that's all he can do right now. That's Bristlebeard's bonus action.
Do I see that happen from where I am?
Yeah, I'd say you're all aware of this.
Okay.
More wanted.
Shit.
Wanted.
Oh,
13, you're resistant.
Oh, so yeah, halved
So halved.
to 6.
6. Okay.
Then 3 each, then?
No.
No, they
Take
just
the
both
same
take
damage,
saves.
both of us.
Well, doesn't that thing give her temporary hit points?
Yeah, wait. Your armor class is slightly higher.
+1. So
Uh-huh.
I'm at 16 for the armor.
Okay.
But
You
that's-
don't have any temporary hit points. What?
All you did was
That's a
warding,
different thing.
warding bond.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The only thing you have for me at this time, warding bond, that just gives you the armor class resistance to all damage, and to make it spicy, I also get hurt.
And then he's going to use his action. He's going to turn.
That wasn't his action?
That was his bonus action. I need Ulrich, Munin, that guard, and Hugin.
No, Rob. The straight line from all those guys to here is not Hugin.
I'm literally measuring it. What do you mean? That's a straight line.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
I mean,
If
I think
anything,
he could-
if anything, it wouldn't hit Ulrich because it's going at a diagonal. But that straight line hits all those people. I'm looking at it. It starts at him
I believe you.
and goes through.
What do we have to do? Dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Ooh, you might not take any.
yeah.
With evasion?
Yeah.
If you got enough teeth levels.
Guard.
Nice.
So 21.
Team succeeds. You take no damage.
Beautiful.
Ulrich and his guard both fail. Is Munin? I completely forgot about Munin. Shit.
Oh, is she not in the initiative order?
Nope. Do a quick initiative roll for Munin. Natural 20
Sick.
for a total of 32.
Jeez, hell, her turn.
Dexterity saving throw. Yeah, 24 succeeds. No damage. Evasion. I'll go ahead and throw Munin in after Bristlebeard's turn since I forgot they existed. From there, Bristlebeard turns around, fists coated with diamond sheen, and he's going to make 2 attacks on Dame Liliana.
All right.
Did you describe what happened?
Oh, he shoots a gout of flame from his snout that just shoots out in a straight line. Hugin and Munin, you both see it coming as it passes through Ulrich, who... Oh, right, I should deal damage for that, because Ulrich and his guard failed.
Why did I say anything?
Because you're honest, and that's why I appreciate all of you.
I just wanted to hear the narrative. Storytelling.
14 points of damage to Ulrich.
Teacher, you didn't collect the homework today. The homework being our lives.
14 points of damage to Ulrich. He's not resistant to that when he's raging, unfortunately, but that's the first damage he's taken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did he know it was me?
Yes. The perception check that I rolled before Matt, as Elzor kicked off the combat, was him basically spotting all of you.
Okay.
And being like, figures.
Yeah.
Which is why there was not a surprise round.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so
Sorry.
that's the fire. Now he's going to turn around and he's going to make 2 Diamond Fist attacks on Dame Liliana. That's a natural 1 for one of them. For the other one, it's a 21.
Yes.
+2? No.
I don't know that there's anything I can do about it.
What's your AC now? Like 20?
19. This character doesn't come with shield.
Ash.
You take 30 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Excuse me. I think you said too many.
I think
You
I'm
guys
at
will.
13. Sounded like 30 though. That's an accident, right?
A what?
Strength saving
save?
throw. If you would like to, as a reaction, you can use a charge from your Emerald Gen Soul to give yourself advantage on this roll.
No.
Okay.
I mean, not too late.
It is now. She rolled. She said no and rolled a die. It's too late.
10.
10 fails.
Just so you know, if you kill me again, I'm ghostly clock.
In the room with my father alone? I don't think you are. I might have to, but... You are pushed 30 feet.
30 feet?
Yep. And knocked prone.
Probably for the best.
I know it's been a while since we fought Bristlebeard,
Are
but
you silly?
The jet of flame was not the biggest problem about this guy.
Like through the...
There's a palanquin there.
Oh, you're right. So...
Are you joking?
You take an additional
Are you
6...
joking?
I did the same thing for the guards when Elzor pushed
It's
them.
not fair when it's me.
An additional 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Is this palanquin like fucked up yet?
Stop.
Yeah. It's not on fire, thankfully, but it is like that side of it just kind of... You actually go through the wall and land... You go through the wall and land inside of it. Then, with the remainder of his action, he kicks out with diamond-crusted feet at King Ulrich.
How many actions?
I will read this for you. The armadillo makes two diamond fist attacks and 2 stomping foot attacks. After one of the attacks, oh right, it would be 1 stomping foot. After one of the attacks, the armadillo can move up to its speed without provoking opportunity attacks. It can replace one of the attacks with the use of the flame jet. So 1 kick at King Ulrich. He's a problem, you guys. We knew this.
That's why we're trying to solve the problem.
That's a natural 19. It's definitely going to hit Ulrich.
You forgot to tell us how many hit points he has. Who said that?
Actually, it would be surprised if it was like 500.
Oh my god, that's 500.
12
Start
points
packing my dice.
of damage to King Ulrich.
How much, sir?
12 points. Halved to 6 because it's just bludgeoning. And he is raging. You see a little glitter of greenish light beneath his vestments as he regains 20 hit points at the end of his turn.
How many stomps?
At least 3. All right. Ending Bristlebeard's turn brings us to the guardsmen of House Arctos.
It brings us to Munin.
Yeah.
Oh, right, Munin, who I forgot. Again. Munin, very cold, very decisive, is...
Very cool. Decisive.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
No, don't hurt him.
She's going to loop around, and she's going to attack Rob, who has just struck her daughter, with advantage.
Maybe attacking him will knock him out of the stage.
That is a 23, which will hit Rob. Cool. Just gonna get that sneak attack.
You need to go after the armadillo. He's the cause of all of this.
Yep.
I'll specify she's using non-lethal damage.
That's on this other hand.
He'll be like John Hamm from 30 Rock.
Two hooks.
He had burned off both of his hands. And
That is 25? Yeah, 25 points of damage. And he needs to make a Constitution saving throw because of her forever poison blade. Natural 1. Oh no! But he's indomitable, which I forgot to add.
a waste of his
Trackers for.
indomitableness.
Yeah, especially since he has fewer now than he did previously. But maybe well worth it. Yeah, that's a 22 succeeds. So he will take half damage. 23 halved to 11 points of poison damage. He's still looking pretty good. He's probably claw. Bonus action offhand attack with a dagger. 19 will hit for an additional 8 points of damage. Okay, that is Munen's turn, which brings us down now to King Ulrich's personal guard. They're gonna keep going toe to toe with their counterparts. So, guy on my left is a miss, and I think that's a hit. Yeah, one hit. 16 points of damage to the panther.
Nice.
The other guy who attacks, natural 1 for one of them, and an 18 for the other, which I believe just hits. Does. 13 points of slashing damage to the other guy, the salamander. That's the Arctos guardsman. That's going to bring us to Lady Basil.
Can I see the measuring thing?
Yes. Oh, are you no longer within 60 feet of Hugin?
I don't know. No, we good.
Nice. Lady Basil looks at Bristlebeard and calls out, "Up to your dirty tricks again, just like your bitch mother."
Jesus.
And he needs to make a charisma saving throw as she taunts
Hell
him.
yes.
Some vicious mockery.
No, not quite. That is not. That's a 9. That's going to fail. And what that means,
Is it compelled duel?
this is a taunt. He failed, so he has disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws until the start of her next turn.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful.
And saving throws.
And saving throws.
He's positively stunned.
Oh no.
At the end of her turn, Bristlebeard is going to use... Yeah, he's going to call out and just say, "Get up, you useless piece of shit! Make yourself useful and kill the bird!" And Ravan, as a reaction, is going to use half his movement to stand, unfortunately. But fortunately, he's very fast.
Very top heavy.
So he still has 30 feet of movement left.
Isn't that going to provoke 2 attacks of opportunity
It is, but he
With
doesn't
the-
seem that worried about
with
it.
the flanking and all of the things?
Yeah, he's going to rush forward. Brass and Ash can make attacks of opportunity with advantage. They both will. Brass first. Seems pretty good. Yeah, that Brass hits. And Ash.
Doesn't Brass have that stick, like weapon with the obsidian
Yeah,
blade?
the obsidian blade.
And Ash just hits. 11 points of damage. And for Brass, swings his big ol' onyx greatsword for 10 points of slashing damage. And he needs to make a con save. Yeah, 22 succeeds. I forget, is it half damage? No damage on a save.
Fuck. Damn.
That's what I thought.
That's
But I didn't
better.
understand.
Yeah, roll twice. I like that better.
Okay, Ravon cannot attack on that reaction. He just gets up and rushes towards Hugin. That ends not Azalea, sorry, Basil's turn.
She's dead.
I have a question. I don't have it in my notes, but whenever Munin attacked Rob and like dealt damage to him, did that knock him out of whatever he was?
No. It
Okay,
didn't.
cool. Noted.
It didn't look like he was even struggling with it.
Gotcha.
Because of her attacks. That's going to bring us to Brass Bandalar. I'm going to make a roll in the Tray of Fate. Because Brass has two options here.
His brother.
He can go for his brother, or he can go for the Diller.
Armadillo. Everybody needs to gang up on the armadillo and kill that fucker. Like, what are you doing?
You take more damage than she takes more damage.
I'm not gonna take any more damage. The
Alright.
dude already had his turn. Mine's up next.
Here's what I'm going to do.
That's not true. He goes first in the order, doesn't he? Shit.
Who, the Rainlord?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
he's-
just his reaction.
He is now number 2 behind Munin. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll 2d20. This isn't advantage or disadvantage. I'm going to take the number furthest from 10. Low, he's going to go for his brother. High, he's going to go for Bristlebeard. That's a 3 and a 12. He's going to go for his brother. All right. That's definitely, he got up from here, moved 30 feet, so he's definitely got room to get up to him, and he needs to make a strength saving throw.
I'm
I think
actually.
that when he does that, it's like a belly bump or something. Like,
He like brings his whole head down and is kind of like looking forward, rushes forward and brings his snout up to like knock him up. Strength saving throw is a 29. So he succeeds and is not knocked prone, but that's just the thing that Brass does. So now he's going to make his attacks. And technically he is flanking.
He could be.
He could be. Yeah, he's going to come around this way. With his last 5 feet of movement from his 20-foot run, or 25-foot run. Full 30 feet, flanks with Lady Basil. And he's going to make his 2 attacks with advantage. Nice. The first one definitely hits. For 29. 29 again. 2 19s with advantage. Rad. Okay, so let's do the swords first, and then I'll make a couple of con saves.
If only he was like a champion fighter, he might crit on a 19.
That is 18 points of damage to Havan. 18 points of slashing damage, I should say. Now, 2 Constitution saving throws. The first one, not great, dude.
Good.
16 fails. Second one, yeah, is a 28, which succeeds. But he will take full damage from the first one. It's going to be 4, 6. Is 30 points of necrotic damage. Whew, and after that hit, Ravan Sunstride is looking pretty rough. He takes that, questions whether or not he should listen to the armadillo or if he should fuck up his shitty little brother that just kicked his ass a little bit. That's Brass's full turn, which is going to bring us to the undead.
Oh no.
God, we haven't even been through one round of combat yet.
Nope.
Nope.
They're going to use half their movement to stand.
Of course they are.
I'm kind of just hoping we can kill Bristlebeard fast enough that everything just kind of falls apart from there.
Okay, yeah. They can't flank, but they can both just kind of shamble over to Elzor. As there's this sort of combination of like rickety clanking of bone on steel in addition to this sort of sloshing sound of rotten flesh that is just kind of filling the armor.
Sloshing.
Gross.
But the body of Skjold is going to go ahead and make 2 attacks against you.
Sometimes saying the body beforehand just makes it worse.
So, consider his first attack. Do either of his attacks hit me? First of all, I guess would be the question.
The lowest is a 24.
Okay, so when his first attack hits me, I'm going
Okay.
to use my reaction to do Wrath of the Storm, which is going to force it to make a dex saving throw.
Okay. I'm going to roll damage against you first. You take 8 points of slashing damage, in addition to 7 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And then he makes a what kind of save?
Dexterity?
6.
Yeah, that's not going to be good enough. So he's going to take 7 lightning damage,
Okay.
which will also
Push him back 5
push him
feet.
back 10 feet.
10 feet. Okay.
So he won't hopefully be able to make any more attacks against me.
All
this
right.
round.
Yeah. Bummer. Do I want to be nice? I'll be nice. Because I did roll both attacks against you at the same time, but now he can't use his second attack. So I'm trying to decide if I should just make that the attack roll for the other guy, or if I should re-roll.
I'm fine with either one.
I'm going to re-roll because that would have been like giving his first attack disadvantage.
Okay.
So the other one also hits for a 26.
Yep.
These are some hyper effective undead. He says.
They were nicer, effective dudes.
That's
Yeah, well now they're sloshing, so
that's 11 points of slashing damage in addition to 9 points of necrotic sloshing damage. This one doesn't get pushed away, right?
No,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Okay,
I
so
can
he'll-
only do that once around.
Okay, so he'll make his second attack against you. That is,
Oh, that was one attack.
yeah,
Shoot.
that's only a 13. No, sorry, it's more than that.
Oh.
17.
17 doesn't hit.
Okay, misses with that one. So the body of King Lupin Ironfang, former king of House Luperel, shambles forward and one-handed swings this great sword at you. You take one slash and step to the side of the next as it comes down into the ground, and like as the sword passes and his sort of melting visage comes into view, his maw opens up and just this black viscous ooze, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, gross. Okay.
Some Sam Raimi shit.
27.
27 succeeds. You do take half damage.
I don't like that.
14 halved to 7 necrotic damage. But fortunately, it does not get in your eyes and blind you.
That's good.
great.
I was afraid it was going to turn me into a zombie.
That ends the undead's turn. The servants around this palanquin are going to start running the fuck away from here. Running back towards their army, seeing all of their friends get obliterated by just a spray of stones. That brings us finally back to the top of the round for round 2. Munin,
Do we not have archers?
you do.
I believe the armies are
me-
doing their own thing.
Let me make a quick
hope.
note. So, the first round has ended. Clearly, fighting has started. I'm going to make this basically a layer action at the top of each round. You hear the creaking of bows being pulled taut. You hear a voice call out to fire. A swarm of arrows flies overhead, does not aim down at the combat that you guys are in, but out at the armies that are now steadily marching forward. You see a number of them are taken out, and at the top of each round, we're going to do, essentially while you guys are having combat, at the top of each round, we're going to have a skill challenge going on between the archers and infantrymen that are now coming out of the gates on either side of you to meet the other army to basically decide the fate of that battle. I'm going to roll for Bristlebeard's forces to set the difficulty class, and then I will have one of you roll a d20 to match against that number to see who is gaining ground and who is losing ground. So I'm setting the difficulty class. If your roll is higher than mine, then that will be considered a success. On 2 successes, you successfully fend off their army, but on 3 failures, their army will approach and cause you guys to have to either start dealing with them or retreat.
I think Hugan should start, because you're in charge.
Okay.
We will be mad at you, McCall.
I know. I know.
I won't be.
I will be.
As
mad
long
at
as you're
you.
doing your best.
Would you like me to roll first?
Let's have you set the DC.
Okay, because yeah, there are no additions to either of these rolls. It's just straight d20 versus d20. Straight rollies.
I'm doing
Successes and failures.
gold medal for.
Put a nat 20.
A nat 20 will count as 2 successes,
Nice.
and a natural 1 will count as 2 failures.
Don't do that.
The stakes have never been higher.
Again, we need 2 successes before 3 failures. This is absolutely going to be in the Tray of Fate because this is going to decide how the rest of this combat plays out.
How long did it take us to get through one round? Like
Like 3 hours.
Yeah, we've been taking our time and thinking about stuff though. We haven't been just like,
Yeah.
it'll edit down to much less than that.
I've never thought it, Dan.
I have a timer from the beginning of this episode. We've been going for about
Never
2.5
have, never will.
hours.
We can
All right,
really stretch
I
it
do
out.
need to watch. Edited it down.
First DC is 13.
Okay. That's achievable.
All right. The DC is 13.
what is it?
I can't tell.
It's a 16.
A 16. Hell yeah. So, the arrows fly overhead, the gates on either side if you open, and swarms of soldiers, I should say squadrons of soldiers, come rushing out from Howlheart Keep to meet the army of Bristlebeard on the field. That is 1 of 2 successes needed to repel their army, as your forces rush out and take out a significant portion of them with the arrow volley at the beginning. You see this guy rushing forward with murderous intent behind his eyes. This panther, which you notice as he gets closer, there's actually this sort of like dusty brown coloring around the eyes where the dark makeup couldn't quite reach. You get the sense that this is not a panther, but a puma.
Pretty sure the rules of this game are if you're near Pockle, you'll just live.
I hope.
That's 2 of your 3 uses of the gem soul before
3.
things start happening if you use it.
Maybe.
Lady Basil, who is beaming at this point. You can see just furrowed brows, wide smile, and also tears. Looking at this crowd swarming around him,
Falls in love.
and he's looking for who seems the most injured to see if he can take anybody out before he goes down. They're going to try and take out as many of you as they can in order of importance. What a cliffhanger, Strays and Wanderers! Reminder that this was our last stream of the year. We'll be back on January 11th, that's a Saturday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, with the finale of A War of Fang and Fur Season 2. Until then, happy holidays, enjoy the time off, and if you miss us, go back and watch some of the other mini-arcs. And remember, at the end of the finale of Fang and Fur Season 2, we have the announcement of our next series, as well as another special little announcement. We'll see you on January 11th, Strays and Wanderers. Happy holidays.